Hi, my name's Cameron Carlson with AnimeOnLocation.tv. I'm here at Matsuricon 2018 with Caleb Hyles. How you doing?
I'm doing quite well. I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well. Happy to be here, and everyone's been so great, and you're great.
All right, the giggles are going to start. So how did you get started in the world of music?
World of music, very simply my parents. My parents were huge musical theater nerds growing up. They both went to college for multiple things, but they also were part of the musical theater programs there. So just grew up around all kinds of music. My dad went out to California to pursue the dream when he was in his 20s. So I just grew up in and around music, and singing was a huge part of my life from a very young age. So that's where it started.
Awesome. No, I did theater throughout high school, so I was used to many of that. So now looking over your YouTube channel, you have traveled and lived in many parts of the world. What would you say is one of your favorite places to have lived?
My favorite place to have lived is my hometown in Alabama. Easily. It's one of my favorite places. I grew up there. I know there's not a lot to do, but I think I have more sentimental attachment to it. It's hot, and we're known for peanuts. And yeah.
Actually, I visited one of the national parks in Alabama.
We do have good parks.
Yeah, I visited the little tiny cave on the Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama border. Yeah, Pierce. Yeah, the little tiny cave. Yep, yep.
That's all we got. Little tiny caves and peanuts. That's all we got.
I mean, you also have the Tuskegee Raider National Monument down there in Mobile.
A couple of neat things.
Yeah. So you have taken on a genre of music. What would you say is one of your hardest to potential cover or make of your own style?
The covers I have the most difficult time with oftentimes are anime songs, because they're it's either hard because of the translation, which can be trying to weave a thread of a storyline that makes sense throughout a song and understand its meaning, when a lot of these anime openings and songs tend to have three different subjects within them. They kind of branch off from one thing to another, so you're trying to make them all make sense together but still be true to the intention of the song. And then beyond that, the Japanese seem to be particularly skilled at creating compositionally complex songs. So time signature changes everywhere, key changes, octave switches. So between me and my instrumentalists that I commission out, we're just trying to figure out how do we best translate this, transcribe it to something that people want to hear on my channel. So across the board, definitely anime songs are far and away the hardest. And you'd think it'd be Broadway or something like that, or musicals, but no, it's the Japanese songs. Those are the hardest, easily.
Alrighty, now one thing unique in the cover world is that you put yourself and personality out there with it. For you, videos, what do you want to do that would make a good stage show out of it?
Well, half the time, the reason I put my personality and my face and everything and almost all of my covers front and center, almost maybe a little too close to the camera sometimes, is the idea that what you see is what you get. It's meant to be kind of this honest, transparent, kind of like you're getting to see what you see is what you get kind of thing. So when it comes to translating to stage, which when I do concerts, it really is exactly that. It's just me on stage, just singing the songs. I rarely have a band with me or anything like that, or visualizers. Maybe there's some dynamic lighting or things like that, but most of the time it's just me and the audience, and I'm on stage, and I just kind of carry the banter that I normally would on my videos or Twitch channel. So I just try to have it be very conversational, one-on-one kind of thing, more of a down-to-earth kind of presentation when I do live concerts, because that's how I want most of my covers to come off, is down-to-earth. Yeah.
That's what I was picking up on, was the fact that you're a very down-to-earth type of guy versus some other cover channels are trying to make it more theatrical and, not as, yeah. So you're also a video game fan and have another YouTube channel called Peace, Love, and Gaming, and it's also on Twitch as well. What is one of your favorite games that you've gotten to play with fans when you're Twitching or YouTubing? Okay.
Yeah. Games that I like to play with people who support what I do on the Twitch channel and on YouTube. One of them is this Everybody Golf game. Not Everybody Golfs, that's a PS4 game, but it's this crazy 8-player, everyone's golfing at the same time. And that's it, exactly. Golf with friends. That's one of our favorite games to play because it's just madness. And everyone's screaming. Yep. That's a great one to play with buds. And then Overwatch is one I love to play. It's an absolute favorite game of mine, hence the Overwatch League jersey and things like that.
We're friends with Justin Rojas.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Can you I'm trying to like become like the surrogate Dallas Fuel ambassador. Like, get me in on that. But
the community manager for information.
Yeah.
That's how we knew him.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, Overwatch is a game I love to play with fans, and they're so kind and they're so communicative. We work well together because they're wanting to talk, which is great. You need that for that game. So yeah, those are some of my absolute favorites to play with fans and supporters.
Alrighty, and now fans are a big part of what you do, as we discussed. What does it mean to you to have them with you on stage and journey and life and Twitch? What does it mean to have your fans so connected to you on your journey? I mean, you started off as just a guy in a room with a microphone and a camera. So what's it like to have them along with you on the ride?
Well, on what we do, and I think most other people who are on YouTube would echo this sentiment, is you live and die by your community / audience. So what does it mean in terms of my career? It means like everything, because if they go away, I have nothing, and there's not necessarily, it's not like people who are, who build houses or engineers and things like that, where there always will be a need, just an inherent need for society to have that. When it comes to entertainment, there's, thousands upon hundreds of thousands of choices that people can choose from. And so when they pick you as a source of entertainment that they come back to, you have to understand that like that's your lifeblood, like that's your job, and they're funding it. So it means everything from very much a like career standpoint. From an emotional standpoint, it's incredibly humbling to feel like I've impacted somebody in a way that makes them want to stay close to what I do and follow the journey that I have. So I want to give them as much time as is realistically and reasonably possible to let them know how much I appreciate their time and their investment into my career, because without them I wouldn't have it. So it means a lot.
All right. Now, again, discussing that you're a world traveler, what has been one of your favorite places to perform for conventions or on stage? Where is one of your favorite places you've performed? And just give us a general feel of that place.
This is an interesting, my wife and I were talking about this because we're here at Matsuricon here in Columbus, Ohio, and we were thinking back over several conventions that we've been to across the U.S. and particularly the U.S. And we thought, man, cons that start with M are like knocking it out of the park. Like and we listed all 5. We're like, they're all really good. Like, I don't know what it is with the letter M. If you're starting a convention or you have one, consider coming up with something that starts with the letter M, because it's a special letter. But to give you a specific example, I'm not trying to literally, because it's just on my mind, I would just say Matsuricon. It's literally on my mind right now because we had the concert last night that I did, and everything has been here, having been here thus far today is like incredible. I mean, the feeling of everywhere I go, this unity amongst fans in general of anime and kind of nerd culture is like, no matter where I go, I was in Canada last year. I travel in the US a lot. Like, it's all united. Like, it's very much the same kind of vein of people and understanding and respect and camaraderie that everyone has for one another. It doesn't seem to like, it transcends state and country lines. It's beautiful and bizarre in a way that it can be like that. It's like we're not so different, even with the distance, playing a huge factor. So it's always a humbling but surprisingly like very similar experience, no matter where you go. So I would imagine, like, even in like Australia, if I were to do something there, it'd be like that too. Yeah. Nerds we're all kind of weird equally. So
alrighty, now we understand NDAs and all that type of jazz. So is there any projects you want fans to know about that they can currently catch you in or on?
Yeah. Well, I can feel free to talk about whatever I want when it comes to my YouTube channel. Outside of me wanting to keep things secret for a period of time, but when it comes to the projects I got coming up, I know a lot of people have wanted me to do. Me and I have a colleague named Jonathan Young on YouTube, and people have wanted us to do the song "It's Tough to Be a God" from the Road to El Dorado movie. Yeah. So we're working on that. We're doing that, and we're working on a couple of other like hard rock Skillet covers and Star Set. So, and some JoJo covers coming out because people really love the JoJo stuff from the anime. So that's what we got going on, and then obviously some other things that are just in planning stages in the works. So, and I don't even feel like I can't announce them because I don't know what'll happen with them. So, but yeah, those are the things that we got going on right now.
And just for the fans that may not know 100% where to catch you, where can we catch you online? I know you have a good Twitter. I know you have both your YouTube channels, your Twitches. So where else can we check you out that we may have not known? And what are your channels for fans to know?
Yeah, absolutely. All of my channels, no matter what they are, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, all you have to do is search Caleb Hyles. That's it. That I don't have any any sort of second name kind of thing or a cute title. So outside of my Twitch and YouTube Peace, Love, and Gaming channels, everything's just Caleb Hyles. So whatever social media platform you prefer, just look that up and you'll find me. Easy peasy.
And just one thing, what would you like to say to the fans that have given you so much support for the last, I think was almost 7 years, 8 years that you've been doing this? What would you like to give to them that so they know how much it's been so great to be on the journey with you?
Well, I've been doing YouTube and Google Video prior to this since I was 12, and I'm going on 27 in a month. So when it comes to my YouTube career now, since 2014 when everything kind of started taking off a little bit, I'm just super grateful. Without you guys, I wouldn't have what I do, and the only deal I'd want to strike with y'all is if you keep watching what I make, I'll keep putting it out, and I'll keep making stuff for y'all. So just thank you is the simplest thing I could say. It's also the most beautiful, simple thing to say. So thank you for the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Again, Caleb, thank you again for coming out and talking with me. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
Yeah.